We're good.
Please.
Here's Medvin of a centering pass right in front of backhand shot, score! Matt Reed, power play goal. The Flyers lead 1-0. Holland plays it up for Hunwick. Matt Hunwick across the line, trying to find Boyes with it. Belmar broke it up. Boyes gets it right back to Holland. Loose in front, he scores! Peter Holland gives the Maple Leafs the lead as the Flyers turn it over and the Maple Leafs make them pay. And swings it ring wide for Riley. Morgan Riley drops it back, picked up by Gostisbehere. In come the Flyers 3-on-1. Shane Gostisbehere in, Wade, shoots, score! Barento picks it out, back for Hunwick with a drive, scores! Matt Hunwick from the point! And the Maple Leafs take the lead with 7.5 seconds to go in the third period.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
But did you record this on, like, AM radio? What? It sounds terrible. Where's the voice guy?
Now, Andy Robb,
There he is.
Ken Prell, the Philly Hockey Guys.
Yeah, hey, celebrities, stop dying. Every
I was just
episode
trying
we've
to-
done, there's somebody's died.
Just trying to pay a little tribute to Glenn Fry.
And you
That's all.
didn't use an Eagles song. I actually don't like this song very much. I'm not big on The Heat Is On.
Come on, it's from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I know. It also sounds like it was from the original pressing of the very first Beverly Hills Cop on vinyl recording. It seriously sounds like that was a version that's played on AM radio.
It was a cassette that I had laying around in the car.
What, were you recording a mixtape?
Exactly.
In like 1986?
It was my Beverly Hills Cop mix.
It's the Judge Reinhold mix.
Poor guy dies and we're here, you know.
No, Judge Reinhold didn't die.
I know.
Glenn Fry. For a second, he really scared me. I was like, oh, man, Judge Reinhold died. That's, woo, buddy. That's some sad stuff.
Oh, welcome to the Philly Hockey Guys podcast.
I'm Andy Robb.
I'm Ken Prell. Oh, boy. This is going to be a long one, isn't it?
Yeah, I could say The Heat Is On. Okay, all right.
How do you not like this
All right,
song?
that's enough. Stop it.
Come on. That's good stuff.
I'm actually getting you a little fired up. What if I actually do like this song and I'm just saying it to piss you off?
Well, it's working, so knock it off.
The heat is definitely on. I can feel it.
It is a little warm in here.
And the heat is also on for the Philadelphia Flyers because quite a lackluster performance last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, you know what? Kind of expected it going into that game. I mean, especially coming off of the weekend, having to play the Rangers and Red Wings back to back, not making excuses for the Flyers in the effort they put out last night, but I mean, that was some great hockey this past weekend, only ruined by the NHL shootout rule.
Yeah, but they wound up getting a shootout win out of one of those two games. So, hey, that's great.
Yeah, even if they got the win against the Red Wings in the shootout, I still think the shootout is just awful for the game of hockey.
Yeah, no, you're getting no argument from me on that. They absolutely have to do away with it.
Yeah, but you come off the weekend, you get 3 out of 4 points, you know, things are looking good, and you come out last night against an inferior team. I mean, that Leafs team is not good at all. But Flyers just didn't, you know, they didn't have their skating legs, it looked like last night. There was no sense of urgency. They got a little energy bump after Gostisbehere scored that goal, which is, oh, my God, what a goal that was. Ghost going coast to coast to tie that game up. And then the Flyers had some energy.
Nice rhyming there.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Anyway, that raises the question some people have been asking. I'm not so sure about it, but have the Flyers, are they maintaining their habit of playing down to worse teams? Some people think that. I don't necessarily think that.
I saw a lot on Twitter after the game against Toronto, and yeah, I mean, there's statistics out there. I mean, there's stats out there that show what their record is against teams in the lower half of the league, and it's not good. I think they've only had 1 or 2 wins. So maybe there is something to it. This game last night, I just really think it was you come off of 2 highly charged games over the weekend. Like I said, no excuses for the way they played last night, but just one of those games where it's going to happen. And Giroux even said that after the game, that, you know, you play 82 games, during the season, and you're going to have clunkers in there every once in a while. You can't make it a habit. And plus, you got coming up this week on Thursday night, you're playing Pittsburgh for the first time this year.
So I was going to say, you can play flat, you can play kind of uninspired hockey like what happened last night, but against Pittsburgh, I don't think they're going to face the problems that they did against the Leafs last night. I just don't see it happening at all. And furthermore, Radko Gudas' first game against the Pittsburgh Penguins coming up. Can't wait.
Oh, I cannot wait to see that. I mean, he is just so much fun to watch right now. He's hitting everything in sight. Although he did have that icing at the end of the game last night that set up the game winner.
He also had kind of a crappy turnover as well.
Yeah,
earlier in the game.
Yeah, but he is fun to watch.
We like Radko Gudas so much, we made him our Twitter profile picture.
That's my favorite picture by far I've seen of any Flyer this year.
It is absolutely phenomenal. And of course, if you don't know what it looks like, follow us at Philly Hockey Guy.
And
what?
And face.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
I'm sorry. I just needed an excuse to use that.
Language.
Zap.
Oh, here we go.
We haven't played that since episode 1.
I know. It's been a while. But we're on Facebook as well, Philly Hockey Guys Podcast.
And, of course, one of the number one places you can find us hanging out online is Reddit Flyers. So there you go. Shout out to all the guys and gals in that great community. Thanks so much for tuning in.
All right, so let's get into the game last night a little bit. Of course, the Flyers losing 3-2 to the Leafs. Already kind of talked about the lackluster play of the Flyers, but actually jumped on the board early on. Got the first goal last night, and I thought things were going to be okay after that.
Matt Reed looked great last night on that goal, too. I mean, that second line is still buzzing.
Well, how about it was all set up by a nice pass by Medvedev, who had a fantastic game last night.
He's really, really been coming into his own over the past, I would say, 5 games, I would say. He's ever since, before this last trip over the weekend, he's really been upping his game.
Well, ever since they made the trade at Luke Shen, he knows he's in the lineup now. He's not going to be a healthy scratch. Again, sets up that first goal with an excellent pass, and then later on in the game, really kept the Flyers in it when they were down 2-1. Ended up making a save, one that got past Mason, and ended up just getting the puck out of there, or else the Flyers would have been down 3-1 at that point. Although maybe I would have rather have had that instead of losing with 7 seconds left.
Yeah, that was a tough one to get past. But at the same time, there is absolutely no fault laid at the feet of Steve Mason. I think he had a solid front-to-back game last night.
Oh, yeah, faced 35 shots, made 32 saves. The goals that he did give up, I don't know if he really had much of a chance, especially the game winner. I mean, it deflects off of Del Zotto, who's just trying to, clear a path, and it's just one of those fluky goals that, ended up doing the Flyers in last night.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you can't really stop. So, I mean, it's disheartening. I would have liked to see them survive, 7 more seconds and at least get a point out of the damn thing. But, can't always work out like that.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those games that if you got the point out of it, you felt lucky. And again, you go to the 3-on-3. Anything can happen, and especially when you have a player, Costa, the way he was playing last night. I mean, he was just all over the place. Just so much fun to watch.
He is really fun to watch. And I tell you, wait, what the hell was that noise? Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's my phone buzzing.
Was that what that was?
Yeah.
It sounded, I don't even know if the mic picked it up. It sounded like literally the smallest tugboat ever. It was just far away, just like this lonely tugboat. That was your phone buzzing?
Yeah, that's my phone.
That was distracting.
Somebody interacting with us on Twitter.
Such a sad, lonely tugboat. Probably with the saddest, loneliest sea captain at the wheel.
That's like our show. We're just a sad, lonely tugboat out there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's the perfect analogy. That's how I describe our show.
I think the tugboat analogy is actually perfect for the Philadelphia Eagles organization, but that's for a different show. That's for Josh. That's for Josh Innes to take care of.
Oh, does he still have a job?
I don't know.
He shouldn't.
Hey, by the way, grassroots movement time, kids. If Josh Innes is getting fired, it's your time to get the Philly Hockey Guys on air in Philadelphia.
Who else but us?
I know.
It's got to be us.
All right. Anyway, that tugboat really sent us off on a path there. All right. So anyway, we're talking about Shane Gostisbehere. Love the guy, first off. Really contributes something to his team. And he seems to prove that more and more every time that he gets out on the ice for the Flyers. And I am glad that he is still with the team. And I'm glad that he's coming out every night and making an effort, actually being a contributor to this team.
Well, now 8 goals on the season, which leads all rookie defensemen, and he ranks 11th among all rookies overall.
That is nice to hear.
And he's done this playing 18 fewer games.
Wow.
So
really?
Yes. And like I said, that goal last night, taking it coast to coast, it was just phenomenal.
The guy just has such great decision-making abilities.
Well, it's the instinct, and it's something that I don't remember ever seeing a Flyers defenseman being able to jump a play and just turn it the other way. And here's the scary thing. Well, not the scary thing. The great thing for the Flyers is that
scary for other people.
Yeah, scary for the rest of the NHL.
Okay.
Is that, the Flyers have a whole bunch of other defensive prospects on the way who may actually be better than Ghost.
Yeah.
You look at Provorov, you look at Sanheim and the points that they're putting up and the defensive plays they're putting up right now in juniors. And then you have Morin.
How about him tuning up that poor son of a bitch the other day?
Why? Why would you even challenge him?
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
That's not going to end well for you.
Maybe somebody lost a bet.
That's the only explanation.
Or maybe they were just really confident in themselves. They're like, I can take this guy that's 20 feet tall.
He is a monster. And again, all these guys are going to be up. And as fun as this season has been so far for the Philadelphia Flyers, it's going to be even more fun over the next few seasons. I'm just so excited about this franchise.
You'll get no argument from me, but I also wanted to point something out. Just noticed something that you said. You said this season has been a fun season so far. And it really has been.
Oh, yeah. Especially you look back. We talked about this in the last show, that little stretch they had late October, early November, where it kind of looked like Hackstall was over his head. It kind of looked like the team wasn't responding to him. And then all of a sudden, right around Thanksgiving, this team has just taken off. And it's really become fun to watch. It's become one of these teams where if they're down going into the third period, you expect them to come back. And again, last night they almost did the same thing. It's a dangerous game to be playing right now, but it's a fun game to watch. And all these overtimes are going to. I don't know if my heart can take it. Facebook rage-inducing comments may not kill me. It's the Flyers and the way they play in the third period in overtime that's going to kill me.
It's nice to say that it's fun watching this team. It's like, do you see what happens when you just stop being so overly critical? When you sit back and you just, try to make the most of a season? Because I see it. I see it in action.
Well, it helps because, they're going out and they're playing competitive hockey almost every night. Again, last night I think was an anomaly.
Just one of those things.
Yeah, just one of those games that you're going to have happen a few times a season when you play 82 games. And the other thing working for the Flyers is that every other franchise in Philadelphia right now is just a train wreck. Which was on full display yesterday with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that.
Exactly. What else are you going to watch right now? The Sixers? Are you getting excited for pitchers and catchers?
Yeah, that's right. That's 2 weeks away now?
I don't even know. I don't care because hockey has got my full attention right now.
Yeah, we said it. We said it in our last episode. The Flyers are, a real bright spot in Philadelphia sports right now.
Well, it doesn't seem to be all good news, though. After last night's game, seeing conflicting reports that Couturier may be banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
It looked like Wheel was actually centering the Raffle and Shen line at practice today.
He might get a chance to step up and play that game on Thursday against the Penguins. And if you're, playing your first game for the Flyers organization, what a game to start it off with.
Yeah, that's being thrown into the fire right away. That's you're going to get a nice taste of what that rivalry is all about, and especially being the first time we've played them all season.
Yeah, which I still can't believe. Thanks for that. Thanks for that scheduling, NHL. Had to wait until January 2016 for one game against these scrubs, but hey, at least it's finally happening, I guess.
It's been a nice build-up, and it's going to be Hackstall's first game introduced into this rivalry.
Yeah, now that I think all eyes are going to be on on that because I think the rest of the team, I think it's just going to be like business as usual. They're going to pick up where they left off. They know what to do, and we'll have more about that.
Yeah. And actually, just seeing right now that Couturier expects to play on Thursday night now, which is, there's no chance that Coots is going to miss playing Malkin and the Penguins. I mean, he shuts them down every time.
Yes, maybe he's just, taking it easy today, and I think he'll be fine by tomorrow, too.
So it looks like either Lawton or Umberger is going to sit on
There
Thursday
shouldn't be
night.
an or in that. Just say Umberger.
Umberger was on the ice for, I think, less than 7 minutes last night against Toronto and was a -2.
Put him outside the Wells Fargo Center to sell pretzels or something.
And remember, before the season, we were making our bold predictions. I really thought Umberger was going to have a nice bounce-back year.
Real disappointed.
I am too, Dave. I am too.
Yeah, that hasn't really worked out so well for you, has it?
It started out well in the first couple games. He had like 3 points.
hey, for my person, I picked Vinny LeCavalier. Guess who has 3 goals now in Los Angeles?
Hey, I'd still do the trade. I'm actually happy for Vinny. I'm glad he's getting some playing time and he's contributing. And we kind of knew that was going to happen.
Well, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, there you go. See, I picked him to have a bounce back year. Look at this. Hey, I didn't say it would be with the Flyers.
It's definitely not in the orange and black, so. But good for Vinny.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no animosity there in that situation. It just, price tag was too much and it just didn't pan out.
Do you worry that now that he's playing a little bit better and actually getting on the ice that he may change his mind and not retire at the end of the season?
No, I think that, as funny as it would be, I think that the Kings probably took him under the condition that he will be retiring because, I mean, they're not completely out of the water when it comes to cap management. They're having some difficulty, too, and they will for maybe the next season or so.
Yeah, because that would be $2.5 million cap hit for them as well as the Flyers. So I hope I hope he doesn't change his mind.
Nah, he's just going to win a cup this year, and then he'll be down and out, and then he'll start doing signings at Dynasty Sports in Philly or somewhere else. Meet Stanley Cup champion Vinny LeCavalier alongside Jeff Carter, Mike Richards.
That's usually how it works for ex-Flyers.
Justin Williams, Patrick Sharp.
All right, stop.
Gagne.
You're depressing me.
2-time Stanley Cup champion Vincent LeCavalier. I can't wait to get my photo taken with him. I can't wait.
Let's get back to Flyers talk here. You want to do a quick preview of tomorrow night's game against the Hate It Penguins?
That was really weird the way you said that. Hate it, Penguins. What was that?
It was kind of my audition for NBC Sports, how they do rivalry night.
Yeah.
And they always build it up against the Hate It Penguins.
They should have Mike Milbury do the commentary for all those commercials now.
No. I don't want to see Milbury at all. You notice he wasn't on the national broadcast on Sunday night?
That's right, he wasn't. Maybe him and Josh Innes can start a show together. Hashtag PHG on WIP. There you go.
Let's get it trending, people.
Let's launch that campaign. Hashtag PHG on WIP. I would just love to hold a door open for Michael Barkan and then let it close in his face.
Well, now after you said that, I don't think we have any chance of getting the show.
I mean, by letting the door close in his face, that's actually a term, a street term that the kids use. It's called being complimentary and professional. That's what they call it.
Did you say a street term the kids use?
Hey, I could have said something worse, like Josh Innes said.
That's true. Good point.
Hey, would you like to know my thoughts on Jason Kelsey? I'll tell you what. Well, I'll do you a favor. Let's just express our thoughts on the Pittsburgh Penguins real quick. This could be a very even matchup. Then again, it could not be. What are we looking at with the Pittsburgh Penguins this time, Ken?
Well, of course, the Penguins, they're coming off a 5-2 loss to the Blues. Flyers and Pens only separated by 1 point. They have 49, we have 48. So this is a chance for us to, jump them right in the standings.
Pens on the season are 21-17-7.
And, of course, the good news for the Flyers is this game's in Pittsburgh, where we own them.
Wells Fargo Center West.
Exactly.
So that means probably Fleury's probably going to get the nod tomorrow night. And I think if you stack, any one of our goalies against the Penguins, I think they'll might have a better outing than Fleury. I could see, who would you see making that start for Thursday night? Would you? I'm going to have to go ahead and say Steve Mason.
See, I'm actually thinking the other way. I think, Mason got to start against the Leafs, and now maybe it's Neuvirth's turn. I don't know. I mean, especially after the way he played on Sunday night against the Red Wings.
Right, but tit for tat, pound for pound, tit. Who has more experience against playing the Pittsburgh Penguins in goal? I mean, you don't have Razor anymore. It's got to be Mason. I got to say Mason's got to be your guy.
You know what? It's a nice problem to have. I don't think you can go wrong with either choice.
Okay, we can leave it at that. That's a good way to wrap up that argument.
Yeah.
Sure. Pick whoever you want. Draw their names out of a hat, for Christ's sake.
Flip a coin before the game.
And then boom, there you go.
We can also coach.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that.
I think you just pissed off Dave Haxtell.
Another reason why we're
Then
not
again,
going
he
to
always
get the WIP gig.
Hashtag PHG on WIP. Make it happen, Cap'n.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this one up, but we'll be back on Friday with a very special episode, basically trashing Pittsburgh and their fans.
I think that sounds pretty good. So for this game, score predictions, I'm not even going to go numerics. I'm just going to say Flyers going to win. Regardless, whatever it takes, they're going to pull it out.
I agree. Flyers win 24-0.
24-0?
Yeah, they're due.
Fleury takes the puck and just turns around and shoots it in the net for himself.
I want a dominating performance out of the Flyers. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's how much I hate the Penguins.
24-0 is the score prediction you're getting from Ken here. That does not reflect the Philly Hockey Guys podcast. What else can be said? We all hate the Pittsburgh Penguins. Very much. So it should be a great showing for that game. Hopefully they get a win. Now, is that going to be nationally televised?
I don't believe so.
It's got to be.
I'm not the head of NBC. I don't know.
All right. So as I look, it is not a nationally televised game. That means in central Pennsylvania, we will, when we tune into Comcast Sportsnet, we'll get this. Oh, God, shut it off. And that means we'll have to deal with the great Root Sports.
This is why I paid for Game Center. I can watch Jim Jackson and crew.
See, I'm going to get a kick out of watching it. I like watching the Root Sports commentary, especially when the Penguins lose. Because the amount of butthurt that comes out of it, it's
that
fantastic.
Is entertaining, but but watching the game while it's happening,
Yeah, and I'm sure some people that are listening in Central PA are going to share some of our dread coming up with that game, so make sure to enjoy that. Man, those commentators, they suck. They're so awful. They really are. And then you got Jay Caulfield, like I said before, with his Just for Men telestration, with his jet black hair. Looks like he dove head first into a shoe shine box.
That poor box.
Shut up! Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, Contest.
Yes, let me get my pen and so I can take some notes.
Out of here.
Hold on. How am I supposed to win if I don't take notes?
All right, so here's what's going to happen.
What?
The 1999 starting lineup, black uniform, Eric Lindros figure. That contest is going live. What we're going to do this time around, just go onto Reddit Flyers, also on our Facebook page, or on Twitter at Philly Hockey Guy. Tweet to us and just say, I want to enter. I want to enter the contest. Of course, this is still open to only United States residents at this time. But if you just go ahead, we're going to make a post on Reddit. Just make a comment, say, I want in on it. And there you go. You're automatically entered in the running to win our next prize pack from the podcast.
All right. I'm a U.S. citizen. Check. Let me see. I have Facebook. Check. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. I can also tweet you guys. All right.
Look, you're fighting an uphill battle because it's not going to happen. You're not going to win the figure.
And let me see what
But
else.
I brought it with me today. Here, you want to see it? Here, check it out.
Let me see it.
No, don't even try to take it.
Just give it to me.
Get out of here. Do you say? Isn't that nice though?
Would you hand it to me?
No.
It is nice.
Somebody's really going to enjoy this one. It's pretty sweet. The all black uniform looks great.
I kind of miss those now that I'm looking at that.
I know. Yeah. So you got a rare opportunity to win this figurine from the show, and of course that's also going to include some other prizes like some of our trading cards and Philly Hockey Guys podcast stickers. We're gonna raid our prize closet. We'll throw some stuff together. And this time, I think this time I'm gonna take care of shipping it out.
I got the other package.
Yeah. Oh yeah. After how long?
You suck!
Now, that was uncalled for.
I didn't do it. Who did that? There's a damn tugboat again.
All right.
So the contest is going live. Just keep checking on it. We'll have it up hopefully in a little bit. So just keep following us on Twitter, Reddit, Flyers, Facebook, all that stuff.
All right, you done?
Yeah, sure. I was just trying to help the fans out and winning a great prize from us.
While shutting me out.
Because you can't win. You're ineligible. You're part of the show. Oh, my God, dude. Ugh. You're killing me here.
Good.
I feel like I'm going to die now.
It's about time.
It's about time. Jesus.
It's taken me 29 episodes, but finally pissing you off enough. That's good.
I never get mad like that. Mad. Actually,
You're all red. You're all red.
I know. I match your sweater. Oh. Ow, and I just poked myself in the face.
That's what you get.
All right, I think it's time
Include me next time.
Ow, I think it's time to end the show when
All
when I'm inadvertently hitting myself. At least I'm not spontaneously bleeding this time.
Very good point.
I have problems.
All right, for Andy, Rob, I'm Ken Prell. We are the Philly Hockey Guys. Thanks for listening.
So you go. So we're gonna.
The heat is on.
Where's the actual outro? All right, we're out of here.
Let's go Flyers. Kick the Penguins' ass.
Oh, they suck so bad.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like the Philly Hockey Guys podcast page on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Philly Hockey Guy and subscribe on iTunes, TuneIn, and SoundCloud.